sign that form, right?
Yeah.
You guys all buckled in back there?
Yeah,
we are.
Down here it's not as important, but up there you definitely get tossed around a little more. 12 feet tall, and then between 65 and 70 before they hit the tree going wrong. You guys ready to see what the Hummer's about in a little bit?
Whoa.
Right here I ask everybody the same question. You guys see that movie Thelma and Louise? The other question is, have you guys ever driven off a cliff? I
only once.
Snowboarding, but not in a vehicle. Well, if we live through it, you guys will have a story to tell. Hopefully we don't flip over.
Again.
Like that. Which will in turn dehydrate you twice as fast. So you would just be sealing your fate if you try to survive off of it. Well, it's different story writing anyway.
So the Hummer's going to have inners and tires. Like, how does it work? You don't get a flat, right?
Oh my gosh.
Not happy though. This is called a bull snake. They're non-venomous. They'll still bite.
They're still a snake.
Can you hear his hiss?
Yes.
These things mimic a western diamondback. So they look almost identical to a diamondback, and their hiss sounds like a rattle. So that's their defense.
Now he's going to go under the
like that?
under the Hummer.
Now those other Hummer drivers are like, God, he's got balls and steal that one.
Yeah.
He's harmless, yeah.
Loving it.
New
I still
driver.
don't like snakes.
I don't hate it.
Let's dive on it. Just toss it in the back. Border Patrol were using these to count the illegals coming through the trails down near the border. And these cameras happened to capture a pair of jaguars. And that's something they thought was extinct for like 30 years. And nobody had seen even a sign of them. And then all of a sudden here's a pair of them on these cameras. So we know that they're still out here. They're just very elusive.
Fighting with the Mexicans.
They're the guys. Yeah, I'm not even on the brakes. Coasting down. This vehicle has a 6.5-liter turbo diesel engine. Normally something like that would produce about 400 or 500 horsepower. This only has about 250 horsepower, but it's not built around horsepower, it's built around torque. And it's got 500 foot-pounds of torque. And then each wheel is independently driven by a half shaft that comes from a differential, and then that goes into gear reduction options. So that's how we're able to crawl up and down this really crazy stuff. Well, a lot of reptiles have a lot of really nasty bacteria in their mouth. So it's not. This is what's left of snow melt right now, but normally this river is flowing year-round. A few weeks ago, you can see where the water level was. Look up in the trees, you'll see the flood river. I've seen the water here about 15 feet over our heads. And this is called the Agua Fria River, and it was really vital to Native Americans prior to the late 1800s. You guys know that people life anywhere. A little more about the saguaros. We got an area where there are more of them. Most of the miners that came out here after their war days pretty much drank and gambled away most of what they found. This town, most of it was constructed of wood, and over the years it got dilapidated and broken down, and a massive flood. And who the robber ended up being was the town's blacksmith. And this guy put a bag over his head, he rode out of town, robbed the stagecoaches, then he'd haul ass back to town and get back to work at the blacksmith shop before the stagecoach could arrive. Hey, we've been robbed. The one thing the guy did, he wouldn't show up back in town with bags full of silver and gold. So he stopped somewhere and stashed road that was found for continually coming here every second Sunday. Eventually, we stopped the progress of the water down to the bus. But the town itself only lasted 11 years. And at that point, really, I like it. Yeah, I had fun testing that car. It's cheap, it runs fun.